I'm so excited to have you here to talk about one of Omega's favorite subjects, which is boobs. I meant breastfeeding. Are you ready for this? Age 5, 4, 3, 2. These are my 4 babies that I breastfeed. And you think, they're not babies. But the thing is, these are my older children. I sat in a shop once next to 3 older people, and they said, see this old man between us? That's our baby. Then I realized they're always your babies, but I don't feed the older ones, or do I? When I had my first child 23 years ago and I started breastfeeding, there was no YouTube, there was nowhere where I could go and Google breastfeeding. That's probably why it went so well, because I wasn't able to overthink it. This is going to be a very back to basics breastfeeding video without getting all technical on how I've breastfed my 10 children for the last 23 years. I'm breastfeeding all 4 now, but after this video, I'm going to soon stop breastfeeding Nefertiti. I also breastfed Shakespeare until he was 5 years old. All the other children since Leonardo, I've breastfed for up to 3 years. I'm so happy to say that I think you've noticed already that I clearly do not care about other people's opinions when it comes to breastfeeding my children. And none of my children have any allergies, and they all have beautiful, healthy teeth. We don't have to try to normalize breastfeeding. Breastfeeding is already normal. You have a baby, you give it breast milk. Well, 99.9% of the time. I understand some people can't, but breastfeeding is already normal and everybody knows it. Some people are just annoyed and trying to say otherwise, so don't fight it. It's normal already. What are you eating?
Carrots.
What's your favorite fruit or vegetable?
Apple.
What is your favorite vegetable?
Tomato.
Yeah, that's actually a fruit. Sorry.
Hello.
Hey, Diana.
How you doing?
Milkies. Yeah. When I'm feeding them at home, I really don't think about it, but I'm just trying not to flash you all now. I've had quite a few people ask me, what do I do when people look at me badly in public for breastfeeding? The thing is, in 23 years, this is shocking and amazing, I have never had anyone be negative towards me for breastfeeding in public. No one has ever said anything negative, not a family member, not a friend, not a stranger. The response has been actually totally the opposite. I've had so many people come and say to me, it's lovely to see you breastfeeding in public. It's lovely to see mums breastfeeding. I'm not against formula. A good quality, clean formula would be okay, but I've just never needed to use it myself. I had one very funny, embarrassing breastfeeding moment in public when I was breastfeeding Leonardo 23 years ago. I pulled my shirt down and then I noticed it actually didn't go down, and a man looked at me and I realized what had happened and I said, oh, I'm sorry. And he goes, don't worry, made my day. And I laughed and my mum laughed. It wasn't really that bad. It doesn't matter. I think mum boobies and other boobies, they're just, the situation is different. That's how I feel about it. And that's where I'll leave that one. I don't breastfeed in the 2nd and 3rd trimester so that my body is able to build up colostrum for the new baby that's coming. I breastfeed the new baby for a month and then the others join back into the breastfeeding. Ready, Omega? Come here. Can you get up? He's faking that he can't get up. Come on, get up. What are you, a child? You are a child. Come on, up you get. Up you get. Milkies? Yes. Put the pillow that way. Pull your pants up. You ready? Which one do you want? That one? Yes. Don't show my boobies to anybody. Let's hide them. And boobies hide. I breastfeed Omega day and night. He breastfeeds about 3 times at night, and no, it does not make me tired at all. If I don't wake up, he likes to scratch my back or just push me a little bit. So of course I want to give it. It's our nice little time. Another question that I get quite often, and I'll be able to help you out with this one. Have I ever lost all my breast milk? And the answer is yes, quite a few times. The last time it happened was when I was working overseas for 2 days and I wasn't giving breast milk to any of my children, and the breast milk just stopped. When I came back and put Aphrodite and Omega on, none of the breast milk came, and so I would put them on every 2 hours. But meanwhile, I shoved down so much food. I had, I think last time, 2 bananas, lots of sweet potato, normal potato, kidney beans, chickpeas, load of bread, which I don't normally do, 6 cocos, ice cream. I think we had vegan cake then. I actually had 2 banana milkshakes, 2 avocados, lots of olive oil. I basically overloaded my body with all the nutrients it needed to make breast milk. I just had the biggest feast, and within 4 hours all the milk had come back. It was fully back. So if this happens to you, just eat a lot, don't stress out, because that can actually make it worse. If you notice that when you put the baby on and the baby notices that there's no milk and they only stay on for 1 minute, wait another hour, put them on for a minute again, then wait another hour, put them on for a minute again, and then the milk will come back. So don't stress and just eat a lot. Breast milk is a whole heap of fat, so make sure you're not underweight. You're Buzz Lightyear, and who's Batman? Yeah, you're Batman, and this video was delayed for 3 weeks because Batman decided to jump off the couch. He couldn't fly after all, smashed his jaw into the ground. I know you're Batman. And he went to the hospital and they glued his chin together. They wanted to put stitches in, and I said, no way, I'm not going to have those stitch marks. So they glued his chin together, and for 5 days we couldn't let me go in the shower. And now he's better. Show me your chin. Under there. See, it's all better now. What happened? Show me how you did it. Wow, you hit your chin like that.
Yay! My turn.
Do you boys want some milk?
Yay!
Okay, go and get your pillow. It was so hard, let's flip it around this way.
Okay, what's
Okay, clean your feet off. You've cleaned your feet off too, okay? Come get some. Are you going to go first?
Yes.
Okay.
I like it.
Okay. Oh, okay, I'm getting kisses, am I? Okay, lie down. No more kisses. Oh, thank you. I'm going to stop breastfeeding King James very soon, and that will only leave Omega and Aphrodite. Most importantly, if I leave you with one very important bit of information about breastfeeding, and that is that breastfeeding is not just about giving nourishment to your baby. It is about that special bond and that touch and that love between a mother and a baby. Studies have proven that toddlers don't actually benefit from breast milk, just a little bit. So it's just the same as when a father gives a bottle of milk to a baby. It's that moment between that baby and that father where that child is being loved and cared for. And also, breastfeeding is something, listen to this mums, breastfeeding is something that keeps you happy and keeps you sane. It makes you feel amazing. It makes the chemicals in your brain do the right thing, and it makes you be like an awesome mum. So keep breastfeeding and you will feel better. I've never had postpartum depression in 23 years. I've never suffered from depression. It's only years later, after I was able to Google things to do with breastfeeding, that I found out that breastfeeding actually is one thing that helps postpartum depression. And I'm so happy that I breastfed a lot, like crazily breastfed. And no one told me to breastfeed. I just breastfed all the time, and it became natural and I loved it. A question that I do get often is, can you lose weight while breastfeeding? And the answer is yes, but I've looked at the studies and I've spoken to my friends that are doctors. They said you need to breastfeed over 6 months, and that's when the body actually starts to lose weight using breastfeeding and also exercise and diet. But after 6 months it starts to happen. Your body uses about 500 calories for breastfeeding a day. Also, I'm a type A person, so breastfeeding suits me really well because it just stops me for a moment, because I'm a person who gets everything done otherwise. Whoa!
Now it's my turn.
Is it your turn? Okay.
Yeah. I was red. That's it.
Do you guys want milk?
Yeah.
Go get the pillow.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're just about to go to sleep and we're jumping around perfectly so that we don't fall asleep later. Here comes the pillow. Okay, hop up. Come here's some milk.
Yeah.
Oh, you're first, are you?
I am father.
You're faster, yes you
Me
are.
too. I am father too.
Okay, you're fast also.
I'm welcome.
There you go. Yeah, you can put your hand up. Good. Because they actually don't need breast milk anymore, I will stop breastfeeding when they don't want any more. So the different reactions that I'm getting at the moment from different children are, Omega, if I tell him that he can't have breast milk, oh, all hell breaks loose. Let's not even talk about it. For Aphrodite, she gets a little bit cranky now that I've been talking about stopping. King James looks at me and goes, tomorrow? And then Nefertiti looks at me, smiles and goes, you're going to give me some tomorrow, aren't you? 5, 4, 3, 2... Tickle monster! Tickle, 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 tickle! Tickle, 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 tickle! Tickle monster! Oh! I'll show you how I breastfeed Omega at night, and the first thing I have to say is, with all my 10 children, I have never got up to breastfeed, even straight from coming home from hospital. This boy is so not ready to let go of the boob. He loves it and he gets so upset if he doesn't get it. Hotomaida, what are you doing? Look up there, look up there. Say hello. Breastfeeding does not hurt if your baby has latched on right, which is a mistake that a lot of first-time breastfeeders make, and that's where a lot of the pain comes. This way, all the efforts that your little baby has made will bring them a lot of milk and also pain-free breastfeeding for you. If my baby didn't latch on right, I would break the seal up to 10 times until they latched on well. And you do that by putting your finger near the side of their mouth and breaking that suction, because once they work out how to do it, they will do it right every time. Now, because I have to feed both breasts, I don't want to put the baby, or I don't want to put Omega on the outside of the bed. So to keep him on the inside, I had to come up with a technique. I came up with it accidentally over 23 years ago, and I've continued doing it. And what I do is, I give one breast, and when he's drunk it all and it becomes a little pancake, a little flat thing with no milk in it, then I just roll in and put my arm on my pillow, which leaves the baby room, and I continue sleeping. I finally wake up and they've let go. Notice when I talk to Omega, he knows straight away what we're doing and that we're moving on to the other boob. Omega, toinen tissi. I know that newborns can't understand what you're saying, but I like this technique because it leaves them with a safe area in there where they can't be squashed. Also, I don't recommend doing this if you're overtired. I have met so many mums that regret that they didn't breastfeed longer. So when I finally do stop, I am not going to be sad one bit because I did it to the fullest and I'm so happy. Ladies, enjoy breastfeeding while you can because they grow up. Okay, I'm off to breastfeed. Bye.